Bron Harrison here from BRHYTHMIC, where we believe in a world where people can heal, grow, be moved and feel good through music. So, you want music lessons for your son or daughter, or perhaps yourself. But how do you know if the music tutor is going to be any good? Music tutors range from bedroom musos that rock up late, stink of grog from the night before, taught themselves with bad technique, have no idea of structure, shirtless, shoeless, awesome dude, I can get $20 cash out for chilling out with a kid and like jamming some tunes kind of types, to exceptional musicians with poor communication skills, to professional, educated, dedicated, talented, experienced, caring, qualified tutors with a wide variety in between. Like every relationship, you don't really know how it's going to pan out until the honeymoon period is well and truly over. But there are a couple of questions that can weed out the amateurs from the pros. So here goes. Think to ask, do you have any testimonials from other students and parents? Sounds obvious, but many don't ask. Like a job position, it is incredibly important when placing a stranger in a one-on-one role with you or your child that you check in with someone else that has. Another question, how long has the company or the tutor been around for? Sounds obvious, but not one person has asked me this in over 20 years of teaching. You can also ask, how many resources do they have? Some tutors just have a couple of books that their teacher gave them when they learnt music, which are out of date or illegally downloaded material from the internet or illegally photocopied material. It is vital that students have access to up-to-date, current and legal material. You can also ask, what age groups do you teach? This is important as you need to seek tutors that have experience teaching the age group that you're seeking. Lots of people say any age because they want the cash, though adults and children have very different learning experiences. You can also ask, how do you participate in ongoing professional development? Personally, I don't trust any professional that doesn't actively invest in their professional development. To be a better tutor, you must become a student again and you must keep learning. Otherwise, you become stagnant and boring. You'd be amazed at how many tutors don't invest in this. The benefits are incredible. It motivates the tutor, it expands their skill set and their mindset, plus the student ultimately gets this knowledge passed down to them. You can also ask, how much is a lesson? But more importantly, what does it include? Do not make the mistake of making a decision on price alone. I am amazed with how many people shop around for the lowest price without checking to see what that price actually includes, e.g. what equipment and resources does the student get? Is there an enrolment fee? Is it refundable? What forms of payment does the tutor accept? Is there a call-out fee? How much? Now, on call-out fees, honestly think about how much you value your own time. If it takes an hour out of your day to take your child to a lesson, wait in the car, pick them up, drop them home before running off to the next child's ballet lessons, is the call-out fee worth being able to stay at home? As mentioned, do not let price determine your lesson. Let value. If the student has access to thousands of dollars worth of material as soon as they sign up, consider this compared to having to buy all of the material yourself and being limited by one book. You can also ask, is the tutor or company certified with a third-party organisation or an industry association? This is super important. Sure, it's easy to get a good reference from someone, but it's not so easy to get an association to give a tutor the thumbs up. Like some doctors that have no social skills, there are some amazing musicians out there with poor teaching skills. It's best to have a third party check over and to see that that tutor or that teaching company knows what they are doing. You can also ask, does the tutor have written terms and conditions? Many don't. And then parents and students come up against problems down the track because they didn't know, in inverted brackets, or the tutor had not explained how things work at the start of the relationship. You can also ask, what is the tutor's cancellation and makeup policy? You need to know what happens if the tutor can't make a lesson. Is there a backup? Can you get a replacement tutor? And what the process is if you can't make a lesson. You can also ask, do you regularly evaluate student progress? And how do you do this? It's super easy to waft along in music lessons without clear progression points. What tools are used to determine progress? You can also ask, what kinds of music do you teach? Do you want to be a rock drummer? Be able to play in the school band? A classical percussionist? A songwriter? You can also ask, do you require students to perform during the year? Not all students participate in a band at school, so is there also an opportunity for them to perform? You can also ask, how much practice time do you suggest a student does? It's good to know from the outset what a tutor expects from the student. And lastly, a good thing to ask is, what do you expect of your students and their parents? Like any good relationship, communicating clear expectations from the start means for smooth sailing down the track. Good luck!
Ron Harrison is the author and producer of the BRHYTHMIC podcast. Sound design by B Recording. We couldn't do this podcast without our wonderful tutors and students. For more episodes, go to brhythmic.com.au.